It's time to share my Spotify Wrapped 2023 makeups version. Hello everyone, welcome back or welcome to the channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Mar and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. At the beginning of December, I thought it would be fun to film a video sharing my favorite beauty products of the year, and I thought of sharing my top 5 products and things that I only bought in 2023. However, there are 2 problems. 1, I don't remember when I bought some of these products. 2, I'm too indecisive to come up with a top 5. So this is my top 10 most used, most loved products of 2023. Whether I bought them this year or not, these are the products that I love the most and kept reaching out for the most. So let's see if we have the same opinions or not. Let me just start off by saying this isn't a ranking. I'm literally just gonna go by the order in which I usually use these products, so it's easier for me. So it's a top 10, but there's not a specific order. Starting off with the first product, it's from Rare Beauty. Spoiler alert, there are going to be quite a few Rare Beauty products in here. This is the Rare Beauty bronzer stick. Let me just make sure I get the name right. It's the Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick. I got the shade Happy Soul, which is this one right here. When I got it, they only have 2 shades. This was the lightest one. I think now they've expanded the shade range, which is super exciting because I'm really pale. So once this is over, I really want to look into the other ones and see if there's one that's more suitable for me. However, I am really happy with this one. I've had it for a while now and I still have all this product left. I think this is still a lot. It's going to last for a bit. It's a really creamy bronzer. Whether you like to apply it with a brush or with a sponge, it still works out perfectly. At the beginning of the year, I actually had quite a heavy nose contour routine and I applied a lot of it and it never looked muddy. So it's really good no matter how you like to apply it. I think that's all I have to say about this bronzer. Would definitely recommend, and I'm excited to check out the new shade range. Now I think I need to talk about the next few products together, so as a duo, even though they're sold separately. Again, these are both from Rare Beauty. This is the Soft Pinch Dewy Liquid Blush in the shade Happy, and this is the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer in the shade Mesmerize. I love these as a duo. Applying them together, like 2 dots of each, and then blending them together, it just makes your skin look so blushy and so radiant, but it's not like super sparkly. It's just that healthy glow. That's why I really like them. I like them as individual products as well, but like mid-summer, I think I started wearing them together and I really like the combo. This is the blush. Y'all know I love blush, especially if it's pink. If you follow me on TikTok, you've probably seen me wear this blush so many times. And then the liquid highlighter. It's a really pretty soft light rose gold type of shade. I don't really like super intense highlighters. Like I said, I'm really pale, so I don't want something with a lot of color, and this one is just perfect. It's a really pretty color. I also love to apply this with the fingers. Sometimes I think it's better to apply it that way so it doesn't mess the makeup underneath. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I like applying both the blush and the highlighter together. Yeah, I really love these 2 products. So Rare Beauty, you had my heart this year. We're gonna talk about face products a little bit more because I have this right here from Benefit. I know this is not a product that came out in 2023, but I love it so much. I use it every time I do my makeup. This is from Benefit Cosmetics. It was a limited edition product. It's the Furoscope Fire Queen. I believe there are 3 different ones, but the Fire Queen looks like this. You get 1 Hoola bronzer. As you can see, I love her a lot. I've hit pan on this one. You get 1 highlighter and 2 different blushes. This one is a bit more shimmery and darker. This one is a bit lighter. I use all 4 of these products. I would say the one I use the most is definitely the Hoola bronzer because I use it every time I do my makeup. I love mixing the 2 blushes together as well. Those are probably my most used blushes this year. because I love using powder blush on top of the liquid Rare Beauty one. And I also really like this highlighter, even though I want to share a different highlighter product as well. But if I want something a bit softer, this is the one I go for. Let's move on to the last, I think it is the last face product, which is going to be a highlighter palette. It is so gorgeous. Here it is. This is the Revolution highlighter palette in collaboration with Self, who is a British YouTuber. She's one of my favorite content creators. She's done a few collections with Makeup Revolution, and this palette was a part of one of them. I definitely had this for a long time, and these are 8 amazing shades. I think I got it for $8.99. I would say I use every single one, maybe except for this one. I've definitely tried it, but I find it like really dark for me. This one is the one I use the most. This one and this one are the ones I use the most when I do my e-girl looks or want something more blinding and icy. I love this pinkish one. If I'm doing a pink look, it's super pretty. Even as a blush stopper, I think it would look great. This one is really natural, just like the one I use the most. And then this one is really good if you're trying to do a gold look. But yeah, for the price point, these are amazing. They are super blinding and pigmented. I love them. All the shades are super different, so you get a huge range for every occasion. I think this is the perfect highlighter palette. Like for $8.99 you get all those shades. It's literally perfect. Moving on to eyeshadow, it was really difficult to pick the eyeshadow palette of the year. However, I think I'm gonna give it to this one. It's by Jeffree Star Cosmetics and it's the Cremated palette. This year I fell in love with gray tone makeups and cool tone makeup looks, and I felt like gray was definitely the shades that were missing. Even though I have a really big eyeshadow palette collection, I didn't have any gray tone. Look at this. If you're looking for a gray palette, I would definitely recommend. They're really pigmented, really velvety. The shimmers are blinding. The mattes are really pigmented, but super blendable. I think they're really easy to use no matter your skill level. I'm just gonna do a few swatches real quick. I wanna start with the black one because I feel like when you have a palette like this, the black one is always, at least for me, I'm always really curious to see how the black shade performs. So it's really velvety. I'm sorry if these swatches suck. I'm not the best at them, but I am trying. Let's do Gravedigger. And this is shade Solemnly Swear. I cannot pronounce these for the love of God. I think in the eye you can definitely see how different each shade looks. For example, this shade is called The Morgue, and it's a bit more brownish. But then you have Obituary, which is a lighter shade. See, I want to talk about the shimmers. This is shade Afterlife, which is probably one of my most used shades. It's so pretty, right? And then Diamond Ashes, which is another one I reach out to a lot. It's so blinding. It is insane. I'm also gonna try one of the silver shimmers. This is shade Pallbearer, I think. And one more, let's do a brown one this time. This is Last Look. So as you can see, you definitely get a huge variety of darker tones, whether there are gray or brown, and cool tones. Shimmers are great, the matte ones as well. Super velvety. I love this palette and it's definitely my most used palette this year. The next product I want to talk about is something that surprised me a lot. As some of you might know, I was sent PR by REM Beauty in October 2022. Back then, they sent me a few different things. One of them was this black pencil. It's the, let me get the name right, it's the Crow eyeliner pencil. in Midnight Black. It just looks like this. It is so good. It is extremely creamy, and I had my favorite black pencil that I always use, and I really liked it, but this one is so creamy. It makes it so much easier that I just started using this one. It's perfect for the waterline, but it's also really good if you want to use it on the actual eyes like I usually do. I apply a little bit on my outer corner, and then with a brush I just make it look like a wing. So yeah, this is a creamy product, which is what I love about it, because for a black pencil, sometimes if it's really dry or if it's not creamy, it can, one, it hurts to apply, and two, it can also make it not so, how do you say it? It's not as easy to apply if you want to do a wing with it, which is what I usually do with this one. But yeah, I find it funny that they sent me 3 shades, so the black, the white, and the brown, and this is the one that I love the most because I think the black one is a bit more creamy. Maybe they're not as creamy because I don't use them as much. But yeah, so black liner from REM, the pencil version, definitely a favorite for this year. Now I do have one more product from Rare Beauty. I know I've talked about them quite a lot throughout the video. I promise this is the last one, but it's the Perfect Strokes Universal Volumizing Mascara. It's quite big and heavy. It makes your eyelashes so dark, which is something that I love in a mascara, but it is also really volumizing, which is another thing that I love. I don't necessarily need a mascara that makes my eyelashes look longer. I love the volume and I love the pigment. One last thing that makes this mascara perfect is the fact that it doesn't smudge, at least for me. I don't think this is a waterproof mascara. I would have this issue with mascaras in my left eye near the outer corner and the lower lash line. It would sometimes smudge throughout the day, which is something that I obviously hated, but it has never happened with this mascara. The brush is quite big, so I will warn you about that. Here's what it looks like. So yeah, for the first few times it can get quite messy when you're trying to apply it, but you should be fine after a few tries. Alright, I have 2 products left and they're both lip related. For lip liner, this little thing right here is definitely my favorite of 2023. It's not little because I use it a lot, even though I did use it a lot. It is just the size. It's perfect to go in your purse. It's from Sephora. They're called lip liners to go. I believe this is shade 17. Yeah, 17 light brown. It's such the perfect light brown nudish shade. It just goes well with any lipstick, and it goes well with the lipstick that I want to share as my 10th product of the year, which is this one. This year I fell in love with the Dior Addict Lip Glow lipsticks. I have 2 shades. My mom has 2 as well. One of them we even have it as a duplicate because we just love this so much. This one right here is the one I use the most this year. Is the 038 Rose Nude. Just like the name says, it's a pinkish nude tone. It's perfect for your everyday lip color. Just look at how pretty this is. It gives a little bit of shine with a little bit of color. It's buildable, so if you want more color, you can definitely add more and the payoff shows. I have another one that's like a raspberry, well, is it raspberry? Like a burgundy type of shade, like a deeper one, and I love that one so much. But the reason why I chose to include this one is because I've had it for the longest time and I used it a lot because I only got the deeper reddish one like towards the end of the year, so I definitely use this one a lot more. But if you're interested, I have a review of the deeper shade on my TikTok account, which I'll leave the link down below. So yeah, these are all the 10 products I loved the most throughout this year. Some honorable mentions are the Huda Beauty setting powder, baking powder, I forget what it's called, Easy Bake, I think. Also the Fenty Beauty Heat glosses, especially in the Fenty Glow shade, and the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip. I think that's what they're called. These are just honorable mentions that I've been using a lot recently, but I got them just a few weeks ago, so I don't think it would be fair to include them as favorites of the year because they weren't products that I used a lot the year, just more towards the end because I just got them like 1 month ago or a few weeks ago. But maybe they'll be in my favorites of next year if you want me to film another one of these for 2024. So yeah, these were all the favorites. Let me know if we share any favorites. Let me know if you like these products, if you don't like any of them, and let me know your favorite product of this year or your favorite products or your favorite makeup brands. Which brand should I look into next year? Let me know because I am really curious. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. If you enjoy makeup and fashion content, that's what I do here on YouTube, but also on TikTok, mostly on TikTok because I post there every single day. The link will be in the description box below. I also do concert vlogs, so if you enjoy that, consider checking out my vlogs playlist here on YouTube. If you could like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And I hope to see you on the next one. Happy New Year and bye.